Hello, everyone, and welcome to a video on an introduction to triangle congruence. So we received a practice on this, and what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to do all of the questions on the left side. And then, once you have some examples on how to do it, you can do the ones on the right. And even if you need help with those, send me an email and I'll help you through it. So if we look at number one, or the first one on the left side, we have a congruence statement. So we had discussed that in class and how important that is to solving some of these problems. So it says here triangle DEF is congruent to triangle KJI, and they want to know what is line segment FD. So the important thing here is that the order of the letters matters. So if I'm looking at F and D, I know that F is last and D is first. And if I look in my the other congruent triangle, I can see that I is last, K is first. So that means FD is congruent to I, K. And that is it for the first one. Okay, and number two, we're getting a little harder here, but it's the same kind of principle here. I have a congruent statement of TUV is congruent to GFE. Actually, this one could be a little easier, actually. And they want to know what angle U is. Well, U is the middle letter. Therefore, I'm going to look for the correspond to the middle letter in the other triangle. And therefore, angle U is congruent to angle F. All right, moving on. The third one on the left side, we have another congruent statement. And we have, they want to know what angle Y is congruent to. So again, I look at where Y is located. Y is the third letter. I look at the third letter in the other triangle, and I get angle C. Moving on to the next one. In the middle examples, what they want you to do is they want you to state if the two triangles are congruent. If they are, state how you know. And in order to state how you know, we need to use our congruence theorems. There are five of them, but four of them that we'll use regularly. We have side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. And so these are the connections that we're looking for. And remember, tick marks show us which sides are equal, and loops show us where angles are equal. So if I'm looking at these two triangles here, I have one tick mark to one tick mark. I have two tick marks to two tick marks, and three tick marks to three tick marks. I have all S's. So side, side, side. Well, if you are a little confused as to order or which one stands for which, well, if you have three S's, three sides, then you have to pick the one that is three S's. So it would be side, side, side. So we are congruent, yes. We have congruency, and it's by side, side, side. Let's take a look at another one. So in this problem here, again, we're dealing with our congruency theorems. So we'll write those out again. Now, once we write them out, we have to look to see what we know about this triangle. So we have two tick marks to two tick marks, three tick marks to three tick marks, and then I know that there's a relationship between these two angles. These two angles are vertical angles, so I know that they are equal to one another. So in both of these triangles, I have an S, an A, an S, a side angle side. That happens to be on our list, so we can say, yes, we have congruency. Oh boy. And it's by the theorem side angle side. Let's try another one. So looking at our sets of triangles here, again, we are looking at our congruency statements. And now I have to decide what I know about these two triangles. Well, I have one tick mark to one tick mark. So that is one thing I know. The second thing I know is I have one loop to one loop. So that means these angles are equal. And then that's it. They don't share any sides. They don't tell me anything about vertical angles. So I have a side and an angle. I only have two letters. Well, none of these are two letters, so we don't have any of these, and these are not congruent. Or a better way to say that is we don't have enough information to say that they're congruent. Let's look at number 7, or the 7th one on the left side. We have these figures are congruent, so that tells us a lot off the bat. They want to know what is the angle, measure of angle I. So the interesting thing here is we don't know what the congruency statement is just yet. We could probably figure it out, but so we can't do it the easy way. So what we have to do is we have to look for one of these relationships where an angle is opposite a side. So I see one here. It looks like 54 degrees is opposite 50. So because these figures are congruent, that's going to be the case everywhere. So now I look to see what I know. Well, I know here is 50, right? So if I look back this way, I know that this is going to be 54 degrees, right? So as I'm examining both of these triangles, I know that I have two right triangles. I know that I have two 54-degree triangles. And then what's left? What's the one I haven't used? I haven't used 36 degrees. So now if I want to know what angle I is, it's 36 degrees by process of elimination. Let's take a look at another one. The 8th one on the left side is, again, this time they do give me a congruency statement. That's very nice of them. So they want to know what's the measure of angle M. Well, again, because of the congruent statement, I know that M is last, X is last. So that means whatever M is, X is, because of this congruency symbol. So I see that X is 63 degrees. That means M is 63 degrees. Last one on the left side. Here it says, again, once again, these figures are congruent. So that tells me that all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. What is the measure of angle V? So here's V. V is the third angle of that triangle. So we have to figure out a relationship, right? Well, if I'm looking here, I can see right away I have two 45 degrees, right? And it happens to be the side opposite the angle I'm trying to find. So if I look opposite in the congruent triangle, I can see that 45 is opposite 60 degrees. That makes V 60 degrees. And that is the angle I'm looking for. So once you know what to look for, these problems become relatively quick to do. Hopefully, having the left side done will help you complete that practice. If you have any questions on the right side, feel free to send me an email or ask me in class, and we'll show you how they can be done. Thanks.